Let's go. We're just reading to here, okay?
Okay. It's nothing, replied on Prince Andre.
Okay, hold it yourself.
He had just
recalled
his recent
encounter
with the doctor's wife.
Come on. Start over. Start over.
He had just
recalled
his recent
encounter
with the doctor's wife and the
convoy
officer. What is the commander-in-chief doing here? He asked. I understand nothing, said Nesvitsky. I understand one thing. That is all.
Vile.
Vile.
That means disgusting. We'll look up the word, okay?
Okay. Say Prince Andre, and he went to the house where the commander-in-chief was staying. Going past Kurusov's carriage, the winded riding horses of the suite and the Cossacks talking loudly among themselves. Prince Andre came to the entryway. Kurusov himself, as Prince Andre was told, was inside the carriage with
cottage. Cottage is a small house, okay?
Okay.
With
Prince
Bagration. Way rather was
an Austrian
general
who had
replaced
the
slain Schmid
in the entryway. Leo Kovlovsky.
Good job.
Was
crouching
in front of a
scribe.
The cuffs of his
tunic
turned up
was
riding
hurriedly
on a
overturned tub.
Kovlovsky's face looked
exhausted. Obviously,
he also had not slept at night. That night, he glanced at Prince Andre and didn't not even
nod
to him.
Second line.
Have you
written
that he went on
dictating
to the scribe.
The Kievsky Grenadiers,
the
Podolsky.
Don't rush your honor to the scribe replied
disrespectfully
and crossly.
Good job.
And looking up at Kovlovsky.
Good job.
From behind the door. Just then came the animated and
displeased. Good job.
Displeased voice. Kurusov
Interrupted.
Interrupted by another
Unknown.
unknown voice from the sound of that
No.
sound.
Unknown from the sound of. Oh yeah, you're right. I'm sorry, I was wrong. From the sound of that.
From the sound of that
Voice.
From the
Inattention.
was Kozlowski,
Nope, you missed this word.
with which Kozlowski had glanced at him
At him.
at him
Then comma, so you pause. From the disrespectfulness
of the
exhausted
exhausted scribe, from the fact that the scribe and Kozlowski were sitting so close to the commander-in-chief on the floor by the tub, and from the fact that the Cossacks who tended the horses were
laughing
loudly outside the window. From all that Prince Andre could feel that had
something
grave and unfortunate.
Yes, unfortunate. Good job.
Unfortunate, but
must
be happening. Prince Andre plied Kozlowski with insistent questions.
That means he kept having that tone like you want him to answer it, okay? Insistent. Okay.
One moment, Prince said Kozlowski a disposition for bagation
and capitulation.
Nothing of the short orders have.
It's not short. There's no H. Sort. So try again.
Nothing.
And then, yeah.
Nothing of the sort orders have been issued for battle.
Yeah.
Prince Andre went to the door behind which voice could be heard.
Voices
could be heard.
So start with behind which voices.
Behind which voices could be heard, but just as he was about to open the door, the voices in the room fell silent. The door opened by itself, and Khrushchev was with his
eagle's beak on his plump face. Yeah, good. Plump
face.
Appeared
in the doorway. Prince Andre was standing
in front
of Khrushchev,
but
from the expression in the commander-in-chief's one good eye. It was clear that his thoughts and
concerns occupied
him so
greatly
that it was
as if
they
interfered
with his vision. He looked
directly
at the adjutant's at his adjutant's face and did not recognize him. Well, what are you
finished?
He addressed
Kozlovsky.
This second, Your Excellency.
Bagration of medium height with a firm and immobile face of the Oriental type, dry and not yet an old man, came out after the commander-in-chief. I have honor of reporting to you. Prince Andrei repeated quite loudly, handing him an envelope.
From Vienna, very well later.
Kutuzov and Bagration stepped out to the porch. Well, goodbye, Prince, he said to Bagration. Christ be with you. I bless you for a great deed. There's not A. D-E-A-D is dead. D-E-E-D is deed.
D.
Kutuzov's face suddenly softened and tears welled up in his eyes. He pulled Bagration to him and left with his left hand behind with his right, which had ring on it, making an obvious habitual gesture, crossed him, offered him his plump cheek, instead of which Bagration kissed him on the neck. Go ahead.
Christ be with you. Kutuzov repeated and went to let his courage get in with me, he said to Bolkonsky. Your Excellency, I should like to be of use here. Allow me to stay in Prince
Bagration's detachment. Get in, get your head up. Get in, said Kutuzov, and noticing that Bolkonsky hung back, said, I need good officers myself. They got into the carriage and rode for several minutes in silence. There is still much before us. Much of everything, he said with an old man's expression. Perceptive. Say perceptive. Expression. Okay, now do it yourself.
Perspective expression.
What? Perceptive. Perceptive
Expression.
Again.
Perceptive
Expression.
Expression.
As though he understood everything that was going on in Bolkonsky's soul. If 1/10 of his detachment comes back tomorrow, I'll thank God. That means 90% die. Right? Right? 100 minus 10 is?
100
minus 10 is?
No.
Yeah? Say it. What's 100 key for 10? 90. So what's 100 key for 90? What? Louder. 10. Good. Okay. All thank God, Kutuzov added as if speaking to himself. Prince Andrei looked at Kutuzov with his eyes were involuntarily struck by the carefully washed creases of the scars of Kutuzov's temple. A foot away from him, with the Ismail bullet had pierced his head and put out his eye. Yes, he has the right to speak so calmly about the death of these people, thought Bolkonsky. Okay, go ahead.
That is why I am asking you to send me to that
detachment.
He said. Kurusov did not reply. He seemed to have forgotten what he had said and sat deep in thought. After 5 minutes, rocking smoothly in the on the soft springs of the carriage, Prince Andrei.
No.
Kurusov.
Stop. Start over. After
5 minutes, rocking smoothly on the soft springs of the carriage, Prince Kurusov turned to Prince Andrei. There was no trace of emotion on his face. Stop. Kutuzov turned to Prince Andrei. It's good that you said Prince Andrei. That means you could actually see ahead in the sentence. That's actually a good mistake right now, okay? Okay. Yeah. Okay, ready? With fine irony, he questioned the prince about the details of his meeting with the emperor, about the opinions he had heard at court concerning the action at Krems, and about several women of their mutual acquaintance. Acquaintance means you know them, right? Oh, look at that. Chapter XIV in the place to be. What does that mean?
I don't know. We'll look it up later, okay? Go.